Hello and welcome! It seems like first generation of X1 Nano did well, since Lenovo decided to introduce second generation of this ultra portable business laptop. What has changed since the last year and who is this baby ThinkPad actually for? Let's find out! Let's look at the design first. At first glance, Nano looks just like any other business laptop, but this one is much lighter, slimmer, and even the footprint is much smaller. It weighs just shy of 970 grams. This is where the name Nano comes from. Its chassis are made from carbon fiber and magnesium, and as a result of this, you get a laptop which feels very nice to the touch, but it is also very sturdy and well built. Even the hinges are well made, and they are my favorite part about ThinkPad design language. I appreciate that Lenovo went for this minimal branding on the lid. Yet there is still an optional carbon fiber lid if you want to stand out a bit more, but this is limited to touchscreen variants only. Nano sits just below Carbon in regards of positioning. They share the new FHD webcam. They can be configured with same Intel 12th Gen CPUs, all the way up to i7 1280p, although Carbon also supports more efficient U-series CPUs. Performance bump is perhaps beside the new webcam most notable. However, with that comes even more annoying fan noise. I mean, that's kinda to be expected. If you increase performance on the same chassis, result is louder fan noise, from 37.5 decibels to 40.9 decibels under load, to be exact. RAM now goes all the way up to 32 gigs of LPDDR5 instead of max 16 GB LPDDR4X from last year. Same storage options as before, all the way up to 1 TB. However, Nano Gen 2 utilizes new PCI Gen 4, which is nice. Second most important thing on the laptop, maybe besides the keyboard, is panel. Luckily, Nano Gen 2 has a pretty one. We have a same 2K panel with 60 Hz of refresh rate and 196 pixels per inch with a maximum brightness of 450 nits. I mean, resolution is more than sufficient, but it would be nice to see some OLED options, especially in this price range. Keyboard hasn't changed at all. It's the same spill resistant and rather shallow keyboard, for ThinkPad that is. 1.5mm of key travel instead of more typical 1.8. ThinkPad keyboards should be an absolute joy to use, right? Well, not on Nano Gen 2. You see, because of such a small footprint, there is almost nowhere to rest your palms on. But also, it's not a full-size keyboard, and the result of this is it just feels cramped. And this is also why many people believe that this is not a true ThinkPad anymore. But let's be fair here, most ThinkPads are moving to 1.5mm of key travel anyway. We also have the same trackpad as last year, but this year it has a glass surface instead of plastic, which is a nice upgrade. Overall, it is a good trackpad, no complaints from my side. X1 Nano Gen 2 finally gets a FHD webcam, and as you can see here, Lenovo had to introduce this reversed notch in order to accommodate this change. Speaker system of 2x2 watt speakers and max loudness of 86 decibels hasn't changed, meaning audio on this laptop is very tiny, and I would highly recommend to use this laptop with dedicated headphones for any media consumption. Then there is a port situation, which is also very limiting. All you get are two Thunderbolt 4 ports. That's it. No HDMI, no SD card reader, no USB Type A. And this could be very discouraging for some corporations when picking new laptop for their employees. Nano supports LTE 5G connectivity, that is, if you can actually work in an area where you can utilize this. Nano Gen 2 has a slightly larger battery, from 48 watt-hours to 49.6 watt-hours, but it doesn't really make any difference in real life use. Okay, so with all this out of the way, who is this baby laptop actually for? Because I think if you want a decent and reliable portable business machine, you would go with X1 Carbon, right? It has a slightly larger 14-inch panel, better TDP, and these two things alone make Carbon a better productivity machine. You can see more content and you can get more done for less time. Then you add full-size keyboard, more ports, larger battery, and you really start to question, why does X1 Nano even exist? Nano, however, aims at people who don't really care about TDP. They just want the best ultra-portable laptop out there, which is also very sturdy and tough. It is designed for businessmen and women who spend most of their time on the go, don't really care about ports, don't need the best panel out there. If this is you, ThinkPad X1 Nano Gen 2 is for you, I suppose. Okay, just for a size comparison, here is a ThinkPad P1 Gen 5, which is pretty chunky, but also mighty powerful. In the middle, we have a X1 Carbon, which is, in my opinion, perfect balance of portability and performance. And then we have X1 Nano, which, as you can see here, really is a baby ThinkPad. Also, I forgot to mention, you can't get Nano with OLED panel. It's IPS only. You are stuck with 60 Hz. On a P16, however, you can get panel with up to 120 Hz refresh rate, and with Carbon, you can get OLED panel. So what I'm trying to say here is if you're gonna go for X1 Nano, you'll have to compromise a lot. Okay, so I have already talked about performance improvements. Let's now look at some synthetic benchmarks. Pause the video if you need to, but it is clear that X1 Nano Gen 2, despite some serious performance increase, is still rather constrained by its small form factor. It seems like Nano Gen 2 comes with way too many compromises to be a good workhorse. However, this all depends on what you actually do on day-to-day basis. If you travel a lot and you need a tough and sturdy but light companion with an excellent webcam and decent performance, then Nano is for you. However, for vast majority, I would recommend ThinkPad X1 Carbon Gen 10. It's a long name, but this laptop offers more balanced specs and more refined form factor. I wish for a price Lenovo would add OLED panel to X1 Nano and at least 90 Hz of refresh rate. It would really improve the user experience. However, battery life might be the limiting factor here. I hope you find this video helpful. If you do, don't forget to hit that like button below. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one.